Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Tribal Trades. We have a special episode right now. We're going to talk about the altcoins that I consider to be strong in this bull market currently, and that I am rotating some of my weaker altcoins into. Okay, now, of course, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. It's for education and entertainment purposes only, and this is just what I'm doing. Now, if you haven't smashed the like, that'll really help me out, because that'll help grow this channel and get this content out to more people. We want to help more people out there get financially free. If you haven't subscribed, you want to join our ever-growing community, click the subscribe button there as well. And of course, all the comments and questions that you leave, love reading those, and I do get back to those as soon as possible. I have a ton of links in the description, all kinds of different exchanges and resources. Please check those out when you can. Okay, so we're going to talk about the coins that I feel are in strength. And we're going to start off with one of the Discord favorites, Ondo. And if you're not in the Discord, that is one of the links below. Check out the stockswithjosh.com Discord. I'm in there every day in the crypto channel, engaging with people. What an absolutely fantastic community, magnificent Discord with just so many great resources and some great traders in there trading, making some life-changing gains. And if you look over here at, these are the price, and this is Brett over here. Maybe I'll get in front of WIF. So what you see here is, you see this is all the gains, the yearly gains for coins against Bitcoin. So if you're in the green, you would be better off holding that coin instead of Bitcoin. Any coin you see in the red is a coin that you would be better holding Bitcoin rather than that coin. Now, what is the reason that we are in altcoins? The reason I believe that I'm in altcoins is that I can feel I can make better long-term gains, short-term gains, than being in Bitcoin. So you have to ask yourself, if you're in coins like ADA, Algo, Aave, Quant, you would have been better to have been in Bitcoin. You would have made more money if you'd been in Bitcoin. So why weren't you in Bitcoin? Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, FTM, so many of these coins that I see pushed online via Twitter and YouTube almost daily. So what are the coins that are doing great against Bitcoin? Well, the three best here are Bonk, Brett, and WIF year to date, okay? But some of the other ones like Tau, Ton, of course, Arweave, Solana, Ondo, RUNE, Casper, Floki, Fetch, even BNB, Celestia, okay? Even Injective, Render, Avalanche, I believe, is green. Is it green? Come up here, Avalanche. Just barely in the green. Now, if you go to the top 200 coins, that's just the top 100 coins. You go to the top 200, there's more. Wait, there's more. There are some other coins here. Pendle, okay, is one that's in my cheat sheet. We've got AOS, another one from my cheat sheet, up a massive 1,642% against Bitcoin. OM, which is up 1,831% against the Bitcoin pairing. So you can see here that there needs to be, in my opinion, some rationale as to why we're in a coin. Near Protocol is up also in the green against Bitcoin, which is great to see there. And there's RUNE as well, and there's a couple other. There's just so much red. So you can see, for the most part, for most altcoins, it would have been better to have actually been in Bitcoin than in the altcoins. And this comes back to my theory, is that there are too much coins and not enough liquidity. And we've fallen for it as a crypto community, where we've aped into all of these altcoins and been used as exit liquidity for others selling and getting out of their positions, when Bitcoin for the most part, has been the play, and maybe about 15 to 20 different altcoins. Now, I have my crypto cheat sheet, and it has 23 coins on it. Today, we're going to add 2 coins to it. It's going to be 25 coins. Do I think you should be in all 25 coins? Well, it really depends. It depends on your level of liquidity. It depends on your level of ability to spend time trading. But I would certainly think that being in 10 to 12 and no more than 20 coins is the ideal scenario for most traders out there. Some traders will have more. I have certainly more than that, and I'm looking to scale back even. So therefore, when we look at that situation like that, we want to choose our coins carefully. And being in 10 to 12 carefully selected projects in this altcoin cycle, as you can see, if you had been in 10 to 12 carefully, or maybe even 20 at most, carefully selected projects, you would have done quite well. Okay, so let's look at Ondo. So Ondo is the first one that I am putting here on the list, and I'm actually going to identify these by highlighting them on here. Ondo here, I'm going to, what color shall we give Ondo here as being part of, let's just give it orange for now, and we can always change that later, orange. So Ondo, I have different buy levels in here. Many of these been hit. This got hit just recently. And so good entry level for me is anywhere between $1 and 90 cents, coming down to around 80 to 75 cents there if we do get down that low. I'm not sure that we do. So now would be, if you wanted some Ondo, now would be the time to accumulate some Ondo. And if you haven't seen my Life-Changing Game series on how to dollar cost average into these coins, please check that out. My Life-Changing Game series, episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I teach that in there. Now, look, if you've just started in crypto and you're looking at going, well, obviously I'm not going to buy it at $1.28. That's not where the price is. Then you would look to accumulate between $1, and you would probably split up your buys between $1, 90 cents, and around 75 to 80 cents into 3 separate buys on that situation. So Ondo is the first one that I'm giving in this list. And if you look against it in USDT, you can see Ondo is in a bit of a pullback here, and we're down around the dollar mark. We did wick down to there, and I do see some really good support. So I would put some more orders here, and obviously you can buy right away at this level. But you can see Ondo has done quite well against Bitcoin, 223% against the Bitcoin pairing. So that's for me one of those coins. The next coin that we're going to look into is Solana. So we can see that Solana against Bitcoin has been doing quite well. Again, they're all had some downside against Bitcoin, but you can see overall Solana has been doing quite well against the Bitcoin pairing. I'm actually going to move to the daily time frame here, zoom out. That gives us a little bit better, and it's a little bit of a bull flag against Bitcoin. So I'm super bullish on Solana. So that's my next one here. And if we put for Solana in here, we'll change that to orange, and we are going to say that we are right now pick some up at 120, 125. It's sitting in the 130 to 140. That's not a bad entry if you didn't pick some up. Now would be a good time to dollar cost average. Again, splitting it into 3 to 5 buys. Okay, at this point, because we're already down from this level, this would be buy number 1, buy number 2, and then buy number 3, and here buy number 4. Or you can, so those would be the levels there. And I think let's have a look at the Solana price just on its own here. The Solana price on its own is around 138. So that's a buy. That's in a buy zone right now on my crypto cheat sheet. All right, so the next one that we're looking for here is Casper. So Casper is my next one on here. And look, if you've been trading Casper with me, you will have made some money because it went down to 13 cents, then it went all the way back up to 19 cents, and then it came back to around 15 cents. And so now is a good time to be looking at dollar cost averaging for Casper. And again, you see in these red, the TP1, TP2, and TP3 is take profit 1, take profit 2, and take profit 3. Okay, so we got Casper. Right now, Casper against Bitcoin, obviously, has been a home run win, 346% up against Bitcoin. It would be better to be in Casper than to have been in Bitcoin. We already know that. Let's just go to the Casper price chart over here, and you can see that there are certainly some levels to look to jump in on here. We're currently at 17. Look, that would be the aggressive entry, but possibly we may come back and retest the 15 to 16. That would be the ideal entry. These entries are all listed here. We've only hit 2 of these entries. That's how bullish Casper has been. So I would be looking to pick up, say, first entry, 15 to 16 cent region, and then 13 cents again, and you may not get these buy levels here. You certainly could go a little bit more aggressively into these upper levels right here. But I like Casper. It's one of my biggest holdings. So Casper is coin number 3. We're going to move quickly here to coin number 4, which is Toncoin. And then right at the end, I'm going to share my new coins that I am going to be adding to my cheat sheet. So Toncoin, I don't even think we've gotten down to our second buy level there. Did we? We might have. I don't think so. So we're still on buy level number 1. As you can see, Toncoin is doing very well against Bitcoin over here, up 192% against Bitcoin. If we go to Toncoin here, just very quickly, and we jump into Toncoin, we can see it wicked down to $6.30. Okay, so your buy order should have been hit. You should have had a buy order and it should have been hit. If you didn't have a buy order, why not? Why didn't you have a buy order? And I gave it to you. This I gave you way back in late May. If you had this buy order and you would have ridden it up to $8.20 like I did, or $8.30, taken profit and then rebought like I did down yesterday, not yesterday, or whenever the crash was, July 4th, it came down and wicked down to here. I'm not sure if we're going to see this come down. We could quite possibly. So again, get your buy orders loaded up. These are all the levels that I have identified here, and we've only actually hit one of them since late May, since I gave you this cheat sheet. All right, the next one is going to be Render. So Render is my next one. Why Render? Because Render is one of the front runners in this market, AI token in partnerships with NVIDIA. And we can see with Render that Render is up again. So Render is up. There we go, up 79% against Bitcoin. So it will have been better to have been in Render than in Bitcoin. And this is another one that I'm rotating more of my non-performing coins into. Then you have a small, manageable portfolio of coins that you know are showing strength, and you know that the money is flowing to it. So we see Render here. It came all the way back to, we come back to $5 and $5 and change. So let's go and look in the cheat sheet. We identified it. So this did get hit. So we had our 4th order for Render get hit. I'm not sure if we'll get down to $4.50, but we've loaded up with enough Render there. And if you don't have any Render, is it in a buy zone right now? Yep, it's in it's at $6.62. Well, that's a great bounce from about $5.60 odd up to $6.63. You just look at these coins and say, these are the ones that dumped and then had a nice bounce. And if you had these buy orders in, you would have hit this buy order and then you have already bounced up. So yes, is it in a buy? Sure, it's in a buy because it's lower than $7 and it's higher than $6 there. So you would probably put an entry in here, and then you would put another buy order just a little bit lower there at around the $6 region there, and you could go a little bit lower there you could actually load up a couple of buy orders there, put a buy order in now, and then a buy order at $6, and another buy order at around $5.60. I will update the sheet with some of those levels as we go. Okay, so the next one that we have is, drum roll, we have Bonk. So Bonk is the next one on the list here. So we're going to identify Bonk because Bonk has been strong against Bitcoin. So let's go up Bonk here, and we go up and we look about Bonk against Bitcoin. We can see clearly here that Bonk up 400, more than that, 3,497 up against Bitcoin. So let's go to the Bonk chart here very quickly, and we have Bonk. And Bonk is doing pretty good. We're down around the 22 cent region. Not 22 cents. It would be good if Bonk went to 22 cents. Hey, that would be awesome. So we got all these buy zones. Did we go down to that 15 there? Again, this is why you got to have those orders set. We did it. Bonk has been a monster. But we got 3 buy orders in there. So if you haven't got any Bonk, then this would be your first buy order. Right now, we're around that zone. You would jump in, grab some Bonk at this level, and then you'd set 3 more buy orders, 1, 2, 3. We may not get down to them. That's okay. Certainly you can, because if you haven't been trading Bonk before, 1, 2, 3, 4 levels down here. Only 3 have been hit. So you could actually end up going, hey, this is going to be 1, 2, 3. You can split out your dollar cost average. Let's just say it's $1,000. You could split it up into $200 per buy. Split it up to 4 buys, $250. You can split it up into 3 buys. 2 buys at $300, 1 buy at $400. You can split it up to 2 buys, $500, $500. You might want to do that here, $500 here, $500 there. But if there is a further correction, then you don't have that capital to pick that up. That's how the dollar cost average system works. Okay, so the next one we have here is Floki. And Floki, again, look, remember, all these coins have been on my cheat sheet for a long time. I'm not see that Floki is doing just fine on here. Again, another token that is up 200% against Bitcoin. It would have been better to be in Floki than to have been in Bitcoin. I think Floki is in a nice correction. So this could be a good opportunity. We came down to 12 there, 3 zeros and 12. We're currently at 14. Let's check that out. So Floki, we didn't quite hit that 11, did we? We're very, very close. I think I might add 11 to 12 there, because that did seem to be 0.00012. Okay, so let's just update that a little bit there to help out. Oopsie daisy. We'll fix that up for you guys. There you go. We don't have a level below that. Might be time to add a level and update that, but we certainly, that is a level that I would set up to make sure that you have dollar cost averaging into Floki. Okay, so the next one is Pendle. So Pendle is also on the list there. I'm pushing it to orange. These are the ones that are strong against Bitcoin right now. It doesn't mean that you can't buy some of these other ones here and dollar cost averaging them. Why I'm putting these ones as orange is these are the ones that are showing the most strength. These are the ones that have shown the most strength against Bitcoin. And then also these are the ones that I'm rotating my weak altcoins into, okay? All right. There it is. Pendle, 130% up against Bitcoin. So it would have been better to have been in Pendle than in Bitcoin. We came down to about $3.20. Wow, this was some dump, by the way. Some dump. So what did we pick up on Pendle? Pendle, we got all our buys in on Pendle. Look how well this cheat sheet is playing out, by the way. We got all our buys here in on Pendle. So we're ready to go with Pendle. Now, if you haven't gotten in on Pendle yet, then you certainly can pick up some buys there. I may add some columns here in case we come down a little bit lower, but I would feel about $2. I would say, $3, 15, and down to about $2.40. What have we got there for Pendle? Yeah, so we're pretty much on the money there. This is a good time to accumulate some Pendle. Maybe put 30. If this was me and I was buying Pendle for the first time, I'd probably put, if I had $1,000, I'd probably put 400 here. And then if we drop it lower, 300 buy, and then another 300 buy. That's how you kind of be flexible with your dollar cost averaging. Okay, the next one that we have is now we're coming into the new coins that I want to add to the sheet. And so one of those new coins is going to be a coin called OM. And we're going to have to put that next to Ondo here. So we're going to add this in, and I will update the sheet, but we are in with OM. And so I'm going to put this as a medium risk. OM is up against Bitcoin. OM is up a whopping 1,807 to Bitcoin. Listen, Bitcoin just absolutely just crashed down, and this coin just went, I'm not going anywhere. I mean, we saw a little bit of a pullback here, and so I would think around the 60s area is going to be a good place to jump in. Maybe 60 to around 65 cents would be my entry number one that I have. 60 to 0.65. I'll add some more entries in here. The aggressive entry is right now. So the aggressive entry is going to be right on 80 to 84 cents. This is why we have the aggressive entry, 80 to about 85 cents right now. So that would be one that you could pick up right now. And I will put where you can click that on an exchange shortly. Okay, so what are we looking at? The next one that we have is going to be RWeave. Okay, so RWeave is a new one that I'm adding. Now, AOS, of course, is one that is showing a lot of strength against Bitcoin right now. Technically, we could add that one in here, but I do want to add to this crypto cheat sheet, and I do want to give you some good entries on RWeave. RWeave is an entry right now, as we can see with RWeaves on the bubbles. RWeave 111% up against Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin is up a ton since 15K. These coins are up against Bitcoin. So this is why we're doing this exercise here. Okay, so RWeave, USDT, and what do we have? We have, it's in a great little buy zone right now. So I would say the entry right here for RWeave, right on the button at around $20 to $22. And then certainly the next pickup will probably be down around here, but we'll put this first entry in here at $20 to $22. And so right now, RWeave is a pickup. I did pick up some at $22, and I will add more information on there for you guys, which will be great. Okay, so the next one that we have on the list is Injective. Okay, so we're going to add Injective in here. Now, again, am I saying that you should buy all these coins? Absolutely not. You would pick what is your budget. So if you had a $10,000 budget, $1,000 into each coin, probably 10 coins. If you wanted to go 20 coins, you'd go 500 each coin, but I think you're spread a little bit thin liquidity-wise. I would go 1,000 each. If you had 5,000, I'd probably look to pick 5 projects from here. And I see that Injective is doing very well against a coin. There it is there. It's up a good amount of percentage. It's had a big pullback. This was one of the, I think Injective was the first one to break and make a new all-time high from one of the older coins. So it's certainly been in a big pullback. Again, it's a pickup right now. What are we at now? $19. So I'd say anywhere between $18 and $20. This is a pickup here. It's good value here, but it's been good against the Bitcoin pair at 18 to 20. We may not get any other pickups for Injective. So we're going to put Injective up there. AOS is another one here. I know that you've been following. I'm going to put that as orange as well. That's been very strong against Bitcoin. We did see AOS. I'm not going to chart that. You can just see all the entry levels there, and I will update the entry levels, but you did see AOS on the charts here, how much this coin is up against Bitcoin, 1,634% up against Bitcoin. So that's just crazy, crazy good there. Okay. And so the next coin on my chart, so we've got some new ones that we've added. We've added RWeave, and we've added Injective, and we've added OM. And then I have one more to add here that's been very strong against the Bitcoin pairing, which is RUNE. Okay, so we're going to jump in and add RUNE. And this is the last one that we'll add, and periodically we will add more in here. So we're going to insert, and we're going to put in RUNE, not Rube, but RUNE. I do think RUNE is a great project. I have held RUNE for a long time. This is going to be a medium risk here. RUNE up 74% against the Bitcoin pair. So that's done really, really well against Bitcoin. Let's look at the pricing that we have here. RUNE, and RUNE is, yeah, it's in a nice pullback. And so I'd say the aggressive entry for RUNE would be right about where we are now, right about what are we at? About $3.40 to $3.50 is going to be the aggressive entry there for RUNE, which is right now. It's a buy right now for RUNE. You can pick that up if you so choose to do so. Okay, so those are the coins that I am looking at for going into that are strong against Bitcoin. What are some of the coins to get out of? Well, look, we don't have to go into all the charts, and you don't need to be a rocket science to look at some of the coins that have struggled against Bitcoin. Now, some of them are just down a little bit on Bitcoin, but have had huge surges against Bitcoin. that are on my cheat sheet. I'm going to keep them in my portfolio for now. But there are some that has just had no upside against Bitcoin at all. And some of these coins include your XRP, which I've been very vocal about how I got rid of XRP. If you look at against Bitcoin, it's an absolute disaster zone. Just been no pump up against Bitcoin at all. It's just straight down. I mean, you can go to the weekly chart and just see how horrendous this has been since. I mean, if you zoom out, I mean, come on, people. This just shows you the story. I mean, this look at this. This is the price of XRP against Bitcoin. You shouldn't have been, if you've been in XRP since 2018, you've lost huge amounts of money in compared to Bitcoin. You would just have been better to have been in Bitcoin. So this is something very important that I need people to learn and to understand. If we go to another chart like ADA, Bitcoin, this is another one that I got out of. Again, you would have been better off being in Bitcoin since August of 2021. Since then, you've lost money. You could have been in Bitcoin. Why not be in Bitcoin? Let's look at DOT against Bitcoin here. So we look at DOT again. You would have been better off being in Bitcoin since November of 2021 against DOT. DOT is in a bear market against Bitcoin. Okay, let's have another one. Look at another one here. Matic against Bitcoin. We're going to see the same thing play out. You would have been better to be in Bitcoin than in Matic since almost a year and a half ago, and we are down at seriously low levels on this. Okay, let's look at Link against Bitcoin here, and Link is another one that I've gotten out of since 2020. It has been better to. Is it 2020? I want to be fair to Link. Yeah, it looks like since 2020, it would have been way better to be in Bitcoin. Why would you have been in Link when you could have been in Bitcoin and you would have made way more money than if you had been in Link? Let's look at SHIB against Bitcoin. Same situation. You would have been better to have been. And apart from this little pump here, which I think is why SHIB has gotten a little bit green, this just looks like a little bit of a scam wick, exit liquidity, and now we're just coming back down again. Some of the other ones that people ask me to have a look at are Doge. Let's look about Doge. Doge is on my cheat sheet. Why is Doge on my cheat sheet? Only because of Elon. It's only because of Elon, number one. And number two, not in any particular order, but number two, because Doge has historically always been its previous all-time high. Its previous all-time high of last cycle is about 78 cents or whatever. So if it gets to 80 cents, it's going to do 800%. I think it could get to $1 or even higher, depending on what Elon does with it. But again, it would have been better for you to have been in Bitcoin since November of 22, and really long term since the bull market top in November of 2021. Okay, another one that people have asked me about is Near Protocol. Let's look at Near against the Bitcoin pairing here. Well, actually, you know what? It was looking pretty sad for Near, and then Near has had a little bit of recovery here, and so since October of 2023, when Bitcoin really took off, would have been better to have been a Near protocol for almost the last 9-10 months. So Near is not too bad. That's one of the better performing. Look at Avalanche. There's another one that somebody requested that we have a look at. Avalanche against Bitcoin. Again, you are just slightly better off being in Avalanche than in Bitcoin. So we had from October through to December, we had an enormous pump on Avalanche. We're having a pullback. It's still, since October, you still would have been better off being in Avalanche than in Bitcoin, but barely. Avalanche is hanging on right there, and it's hanging into my cheat sheet for now. If things do go a little bit more, we may rotate some Avalanche into a different token. And the last one we're going to look at that people ask me to look at is Stacks here. Stacks against Bitcoin. Let's have a look. Would have it been better for you to have been in Stacks? The answer is yes. We do have some higher low, higher low, higher low, higher high, higher high. So it would have been better for you to be in Stacks than in Bitcoin. Certainly Bitcoin's is not performing as well against Bitcoin right now. So there you go. I hope that helps you out. This cheat sheet is linked in the video. I will be updating it. So be patient, give me some time. I will get to this and I will update it for you so that you can look to, to rotate out. If you have any questions, if I didn't cover any of the coins that you felt that I should have or you'd like to see, please put in the comment below. I know some people are saying, hey, how about this coin? Should I rotate out, etc.? I can only tell you what I would do because I'm not a financial advisor, it's not financial advice. And so this is just what I'm doing. I'm rotating a lot of my weaker coins into this. I'm still holding, Doge, ETH, the ETH ETF, I think is going to push Ethereum above. Hello, Joystring, I'm still holding Pith, Say, Sui, Tau, Tia, Token, Zeus. I haven't given up on these tokens. They've just had a lot of token unlocks for the most part, and so that's led to price depreciation. They have all had some pretty incredible pumps in this bull run, unlike ADA and XRP and Matic, which has had no real pump at all. And so I still do really believe in these coins, and I still am buying at these levels down here and am looking for price appreciation to the upside. But I did want to show you the coins that I feel are the best ones for me to rotate my weaker coins into. And these are the ones I've identified. We've got here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 tokens that I have identified that are strong tokens to go into. And look, if you were only in these 12 or 13 tokens, I think that would be fine. I certainly think there are definitely more opportunities, especially if you're an ETH or Pith or Say or Sui, Tau, Tia token or Zeus. These are great levels to buy. You'll probably possibly make more gains on those ones because they've had bigger retracements against the Bitcoin pairing. So I know this is a little bit longer, but I wanted to get this out. This is going to be like a real foundational video for this bull run because I do feel that we've hit a low, or we're close to a low with Bitcoin, and I do feel these are great buying opportunities, great dollar cost average opportunities for us, and we'll start revisiting. This is going to be fun. It's going to be fun as we start to fill in these take profits here, as these red areas, just like we've done here with yellow and we filled it in. The fun part is when we start to fill in these TPs. The fun part is when we start to fill in the 3x and the 5x, and the fun part is when we say, hey, I'm taking profit. We haven't had this yet since I've been on this YouTube video, but we're going to get it where I'm going to say, hey, I'm taking profit across the board because my cheat code for local market top has sounded off and I'm taking some profits off the board. And so I'm excited to see and walk this journey with you together. Again, I'm in the Discord daily on the stockswithjosh.com. So I hope to see you in there. And if you're not in the Discord, of course, you can join me on my daily show. I'm here providing crypto fun, education, insights, entertainment as well, of course. And until the next show, happy trading.